hello, Musto006. We're back for part 7 of I Want to Be the Permanence. Last time I completed the GNH area, which I can probably best describe as an anime girl obstacle course. whether it's the girl with the fan that's blowing us all over the place, or the one who's bobbing her head up and down, or the mermaid, or the giant anime girl that's chasing us in the chase section before the boss. And anime girl obstacle course. I referenced the boss as well. The whole area actually was pretty fun, pretty straightforward. I've got no problems with that at all. Or indeed the boss. I would say I wouldn't exactly call it go out of my way to call it a particularly good or great boss by any stretch of the imagination. But comparing it to the cherry boss or the squirrel boss we've had so far, infinitely better than either of those two. Oi. Anyway, moving on. So that was the middle left area that we did the GNH area. So night around the chessboard pattern. We are going to the top right, and this area is called Dead the Hyper. I guess I should pause here right off the bat to say, nice Concrete Man from Mega Man 9 remix. Really like this. I'm going to say right off the bat here as well, before we get too much into it, this area is very much like the Thutamao area, which has got lots of trolls, traps, and whatnot flying all over the place. Unlike that area, I'm probably unlikely to remember where, maybe even, I don't know, I'm hoping I remember where a good proportion of them are, but they feel like there are considerably more in this area than the Thutamao area, or at least that's my perception, at least anyway. And as I say, even though I have played this game rather recently, I'd like to remember things that I know where like the bigger traps are, but as where all of them are, highly, highly unlikely at all. So, yay, with that disclaimer out of the way. Let's progress on, and it immediately mess up on pretty much the first even remotely resembling any difficulty. Anyway, you want to go up here? Yeah. I would just avoid the bit over there on the left hand side. There's probably some sort of trap or troll over there, but yeah, that's not where you're supposed to go. You're supposed to go up anyway, so I would just ignore that area entirely. Careful jump over that platform. Obviously, don't jump or indeed double jump over the spike on the floor. If you double jump while you're sort of going through the platform, then of course you'll sort of instantly phase through the platform, land on the platform, and hit the spike on the ceiling. So, yeah, avoid that. Then as soon as we get up to this ledge up here, we have a spike wall chasing us. I actually wasn't prepared there immediately to move off. I knew the spike wall was coming, but I thought possibly I could just rest there for a minute before setting off, and give a little spiel before doing that. But pretty much I instantly landed on the platform. The spike wall came across, and I still managed to outrun it. So even if you're not aware that's there, if you're actually paying attention, then you may even be able to outrun it anyway. But it's not like the spike wall goes faster than you. So as long as you just hold left and make the manoeuvres pretty well. I mean, jumping over the two spike pyramids is child's play. The gate jump obviously is pretty straightforward, to be honest. There's this last little jump. I did say, didn't I? Yeah, this last little jump down here, getting the sort of a double jump between those two spikes on the ground can be a little tricky. But anyway, pull it off first go. Nice. We can move on. So we've got a little spike section with platforms in between them there, which can be kind of tricky. I'm sure I'm not going to do this first go, so I'm sure we're going to come back to it. But are these fake? Yeah, those are fake. We're going to make a big jump over here, and we're going to mess up on our landing. Yay! But you probably saw what I was trying to do there. It didn't actually kind of fully happen by that point. By the time I died, but you may have seen what the hell happened there. You may have seen some spikes coming at us from the left-hand side. So you can probably see what I was trying to do. Clear that and then jump out of the way. Because that's you don't have a lot of time there to react at all. And I knew those bloody blocks were there. I just made an absolutely terrible job of jumping over the two mini spikes. Yes, I absolutely didn't know those blocks were there. That was just absolutely awful on my part. I can't believe I just did that. Oi, wonderful. But yeah, we'll probably get to see it again because as I say, this getting out of here with those spikes is I actually pulled it off. Yay! Is not the easiest thing in the world. So okay, there's one I forgot about. And in fact, that one, the fact that the one was there has actually reminded me of another trap at the end, which I'm now not going to fall for, which is good. So it means we're going to have to pull this off again. And there you go. I felt like that was actually a pretty terrible double jump or jump and double jump out from the floor there. Just felt like I didn't get really any height at all. But as we can now hopefully, or as you can see, at least a little bit. Getting out from the floor there to avoid the four spikes that come at you, not the easiest thing. You have to be pretty quick. To get out of the way of those. So yeah, I guess I'm not too disappointed in at least managed to show that off. In that actually is quite a tricky jump. I didn't just sort of like put it off as a fluke like first go. Yeah, wow. Okay, what am I doing wrong there? Am I just trying to jump out too far back to the left or something? I mean, obviously not clearing the bloody... I see what I'm trying to do now is I'm trying to give myself... trying to be way too cute, landing on the spike on the floor. But, yeah, that's obviously not a good idea. So make sure you clear the spike. Obviously, you don't want to go so far to the right that you have not... that it's a pain to get out to the left. But, yeah, that was causing some problems. And, yes, there's a little block, or the block there rises up. So, yeah, just be careful. Step on it initially, then step off, and then, yeah, you'll avoid, obviously, going onto the spike on the ceiling. Yeah, glad I remembered that, because I didn't want to have to do that first bit all over again. Okay, I think this bit is fairly track-free, other than one spike I think is going to come down at us when we can actually make this landing. But, wow. But, yeah, it's pretty straightforward, to be honest. When we can make the landing. Yeah, cool. This bit, I think there is actually the spike up there does actually come down, but I was like so paranoid first time I did this. So it was like, okay, there's bound to be a spike that's going to fly from the left-hand side of the screen or something. So I was like, okay, let's try and do some jumps, double jumps on the platform, try and fake it out, and nothing happened. Of course, I say the spike above obviously came out, but which I didn't hit first time round either. But yeah, given how the rest of the stage goes, we got triggers flying all over the place. For there to be no trap there, other than this spike above me, which is, not really anything to worry about too much anyway. Yeah, very lenient, very generous. Okay, so let's see if we can actually show off a bit of a shortcut here. I then will try and clear this. The screen like the complete way. So yeah, that was pretty straightforward, wasn't it? Let's not take liberties though. Let's actually, let's go and clear it the proper way. Although I will show this off again once. So yeah, as we'll see. Let's just fall in here. Wow, okay, let's not fall in there. Let's fail to actually fall in there. As you'll pretty much see from pretty much every gap that's not, the really long way round, there is intended to be a trigger of some sort. I think we've shown enough of that anyway now, so that I won't bother showing off literally falling everywhere. But yeah, I'll try and show this off the long way round. If I actually have too much of a problem doing the long way round, then I'll go back to taking the shortcut because, hey, why the hell not? But yeah, I can't believe that is actually how it's intended to be. Is there a trigger here at the moment? No, I don't think so. So yeah, well, I think what you're supposed to do at least anyway is go all the way around, fake out that laser, because of course from this position you can do it. I think you can do it, fake it out and still fall through the gap in the two spikes without having to go all the way around again and worry about the laser. I think I'm going to fake this out. Yeah, cool. And I think the last little one. So you do see there are extra kind of blocks that are appearing. Okay, good. We pulled it off. I'll save there. Maybe I can at least I can at least still show off bits of this screen. So you saw that last little spike, obviously elongate, nasty little final trap. So yeah, I believe the way I've just done it there is the way you intend to do it. But you certainly can take a shortcut and sort of at the halfway point without having to go all the way to the ground. You can just fake out the laser initially and go down. Or as I've demonstrated initially, you can even shortcut it even more by faking out the first trigger in the first gap because yeah, you can actually avoid it. So yay, all things equal, I'd recommend doing that. Gives you a perfect vantage point to actually just be able to pull off the fake out the laser and fall through without having to go anywhere near over the right hand side of the screen. So yay, do that. Why not? Okay, yeah. Obviously, what I did there was aim for the gap between the two spikes and not this area here because I knew a spike was going to rise up. Spike elongates there. We're heading over, by the way, for this icon over in the right-hand side to get rid of the spikes in the middle. There aren't actually any more traps other than this one now in the save. So yay, which again seems very actually generous and a little bit out of keeping with the rest of the stage. So yeah, I'm not quite sure why there's nothing past the laser triggering from the spike at the top, but I'll certainly take it. I'm not going to complain. I guess I will show this off properly one time, and then we'll take it, and then we'll possibly take another shortcut, or at least if it's actually it wasn't some sort of glitch that happened a go before. You know what? I want to show off the glitch. I'm slightly worried that I might actually pull this off, so let's actually just restart that. And is this glitch still here, or was this something really weird that happened just the first time I played it? Come on! Wow, I should not have restarted. Oh, come on now, come on. No. Are you joking? Seriously? Okay. What the hell? Really? What the hell? There cannot possibly be an align here that's supposedly helpful. Yeah, here's the glitch I was mentioning. This wall is just not solid. I don't know why. Some sort of oversight, presumably, but yeah. Let's hope I can pull this off now. I've shown off the glitch, showed off the bizarreness of that wall not being solid. Let's hope I pull this off, because I don't want to do that again. The downside to going through that wall, or doing the glitch, is that you have to wait around longer here, and the only way... Has that crashed? No, but it's now completely out of sync and I've got no chance of doing it. Are you joking me? Okay, let's restart that. And even, I suppose even from a time point of view, I could just go over here and do it normally. Just so it means I'm not actually hanging around for ages at the bottom. Because yeah, the only realistically good way I've found of doing this bit is to wait for the platforms to completely sync up so they are literally going up horizontal next to each other, because they are slightly off sync here. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just a little bit of a pain in the neck waiting around for this to happen. So yeah, when they do that, then is your chance to to make it up. And here's hoping. We're not quite through yet. And good, no disasters on that little bit either. So let's actually just backtrack to that screen before. Yeah, they take a long time to sync up, and they take even longer when you go through the wall glitch to actually go perfectly horizontal. So yeah, some ways that could have been synced up better. Although I'm not laying the blame on that due to the wall glitch, because obviously that's going to take you considerably shorter time than it is to go round the proper way. But still, I think even if you do it the proper way, it seems like you have to wait quite a few cycles for those to sync up. I mean, I'm not saying you couldn't do it when they're not perfectly aligned, but it's a bit annoying to have to do. Anyway, moving on. Big jump down here, and that was way too early on that double jump. So, wow, okay. Right, let's actually see if we can get back to where we should be, and then we can start doing other bits and pieces. I'm jumping a little bit too early there. I need to be not going anywhere near as fast when falling down through there, because yeah, I don't think. Well, again, the timing is probably just so precise. Like a bit like there, I didn't actually jump at all in time there before hitting the spike. You possibly could double jump, just immediately through, and like hit your head on the ceiling there, but I wasn't able to do it. So yeah, that's how I want to be doing that. Right, okay. This is probably just going to be Fake Out City now, and I'm not quite sure where they all are. Maybe there's nothing there. There's definitely something here. Giant laser. I don't think there is actually. Oh, there is something. There was another laser. Bother! I remember the giant laser and forgot about the small laser. Blah. Anyway, yeah, going back to the beginning, was saying that feel like I've got a fair idea where hopefully a good proportion of the traps are, but not all of them. So yeah. Okay, we'll have to take that out. Then we're fine. We need to not mess up on this platform and just go into a spike. Okay, cool. Moving on. So here we have a kind of a fade in, fade out gimmick with the spike. So I guess I'll demonstrate. Yeah, when the spike is fully there, then yeah, you die. When it's sort of phasing in or phasing out, then yeah, the area where the spike actually appears is, where the spike is actually still safe. So yeah, you've actually got a lot of time here to actually stand on the ledge where a spike is phasing in, phasing out. It's only when it's like as I say, fully. What the hell? Just not positioning myself correctly at all there. I mean, I knew that trigger was there in the first place anyway, so it's not like I forgot that trigger was there at all. But yeah, I'm just obviously just positioning myself in a horrible position here, and yeah, not finding the gap between the mini spike and the elongated spike. Yay! It's an annoyingly worrying sort of fair distance to the next save, because yeah, at the moment this is going atrociously at the beginning, and even when I can pull off or find the gap, I can't get the distance I need to get over the right hand side to land on the ledge. Yay! But come on, what? Thank you. Good grief. Again, as far as I'm aware, there's absolutely no point going over to the top left hand side of the screen. So yeah, we're just gonna progress. We're just gonna move on. I'm hopefully going to time this out so that when this spike moves over here, Oh, I was timed it out, so I ended up landing all the spike on the... What? It didn't trigger? Really? That was weird. Unfortunately, I timed that out at the top where... so that the spike that was coming in second, or furthest on the right-hand side, was got me, so that was a bit irritating. So, yeah, I want to not have that one there. Where are you? How far over do I have to go? There's a laser here, so just be careful. I just want to get to the next save, and then I'll catch my breath, gather my thoughts. Yeah, for the bit of the top where the spike obviously moves over, time it out so that the thing's obviously not going to be fully phased in when you do so. Obviously, be careful that the spike on the you probably could even jump over that and not have to land there, but I didn't want to take the risk. I thought I was going to make it, but nah, the final spike that was phasing in caught me. But it's still not too tricky, I think, to time out. Okay, so this is fairly troll heavy. So yeah, we've got the two spikes there rise up and become elongated again. That's not, yeah, again, that might catch you out the first time, but again, the timing to get through the spike phasing in, phasing out, no real problem. And now we have fake out city. So fake out the first laser, fake out the second one, don't fake out the third one, and stop in the middle for the fourth one. Good, I'm glad I pulled that off first go. That was nice to remember. But yeah, again, those kind of things where they happen in sequence and there are so many of them, again, they're just so much more memorable than just the odd spike or the odd laser that's going to come out. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. That is okay, fine. I don't believe we have any things trapped here to the bottom. I think this spike might rise up, but I'm not really going to be anywhere near that anyway. I just need to make a fuller jump over here because yeah, that's fake. So yeah, ordinarily, if one block was going to be fake here, I'd say it was going to be this one from the tile set. That's what usually how they work, but no, it's the one to the left-hand side. So yeah, you do have to make a slightly bigger jump there than you perhaps initially prepared for, but it's not too bad. I forgot that block was there. Fantastic, wonderful. I remembered about the fake block that I needed to that I needed to jump over, but I forgot about the block here that that just bonks me straight back into the spike. Fantastic, lovely. Okay, good. Didn't mess up the gate jump. Didn't mess that up. Messed that up though. That was kind of annoying. Once we get past that, we should be fine, I think. Until actually, no, there is a very nasty trap at the end. But despite I know it's there, oh, I'm wondering whether to show it off once. I guess I will show it off once. Even though it's going to be incredibly annoying to fail on a trap that I know is there. Oh, come on, and particularly with that jump, which I just don't like. I'm confident I'm not gonna mess up on either the two things, or yeah, the next two things that are going to happen. But I guess I'll show off the. Oh no! I guess I'll show off the troll at the end once deliberately. Because I might even actually fail it, even knowing it's there, because it's quite the thing to time out. Okay, good. Right, so yeah, that's once you get over it and get down to the bottom, that spike comes round from the right-hand side, then goes down. So yeah, jump back over to the left and you'll be fine. There's a laser here. So okay, as disappointed as I am to want to have to do this, let's go in the warp. We'll appear there. And you can see that the area on the right-hand side, the way you think you might want to go, is completely faked. Or sorry, there are blocks blocking your path there. So what you actually have to do is go up to the top. The slightly annoying thing about that is you have to time it bloody well when you actually between entering the warp. In fact, I'm glad I pulled that off next go, so I got back there fairly quickly. But actually pulling off the double jump there, because obviously you know going to get a jump and a double jump, so it's like you have to do it almost not literally the millisecond when you exit the warp up on this top right hand side, but it feels like you have to be bloody quick with that. So even though I know that's there, that could easily still catch me out. Let's just hope I don't mess up on getting up there, getting up to the next screen. Okay, nice, good. We're making pretty decent progress. I don't think we've got too much left. Okay, and given the setup on this screen, I'm fairly confident. There's probably something that's going to get me once or twice, but yeah, this is the kind of the block fake out city. So yeah, every single one, a block is basically going to rise up and do something. So and yeah, there are sort of pretty much literally every single block. There are lasers and spike triggers all over the place as well. So I just take your time on that. Reset yourself every time you go up a sort of ledge there. Get the block out of your way. Things will be much quicker, much easier if you get those out of the way and not have to worry about them. And yeah, basically just be aware that something is likely to trigger every single time. So let's just hope I can just feather over there so we can see that again the area over there is not where we're supposed to go. And you can also see the save down there at the bottom, and also where the gap in the floor is down there as well. So here's hoping I don't mess up the timing on this. Spike comes up, and good, we got through there. Nice, didn't mess that up. Again, very nasty little kind of trigger right at the end there, but as I say, once you know it's there, once you've got a decent idea of when you need to jump up, not so bad at all. Right, moving on. Okay, so this one, I'm pretty sure every one of these spikes on the right-hand side is going to fan out, or just become bigger. Oh, the last one is only by a tiny bit, so once you know that, it's not too bad. We're going to go over here, and then we're going to have giant lasers. Now, where the hell are you? How far over do I need to go to trigger out these things? So we've got one there, and I've got another one coming as well. This is the thing I'm not quite sure about exactly where the trigger points are, so... okay, good. And then we've got one more trigger here. This one's almost certainly going to get me first time because I can't remember where the gap is for the life of me. Oh, okay, so I don't need to go to the right-hand side. I need to go... Looking at the spike pattern there, I just need to actually be further over to the left-hand side. Okay, fine. Again, I knew there was a trap there, but again, it's one of those ones where you've got a lot of spikes flying at you, either from the ceiling or from the floor, and it's like, okay, where is the gap? So yeah, I knew something was coming, but I just couldn't quite remember exactly where the gap was. And frankly, I still might mess up this go as well. No, we're good. Another little trap. So again, pay attention to the warp here, and pay attention to the bottom left side of the screen. Okay, obviously you couldn't pay too much attention to that, because unfortunately I've walked off a bit, but hopefully you got an idea. I walked to the bottom left-hand side of the screen, the leftward spike there, or leftmost spike there, elongated itself, became big, so you have to move over to the left-hand side to avoid falling on that. Again, nasty little trap when you don't know it's there, but when you do know it's coming, it's very, very simple to avoid. Okay, I think we've only got a couple of screens left, so yay. Okay, I'm pretty sure there's a laser here, or two lasers, sorry. Pretty sure the spike now rises up. Well, that's it now for trolls on this screen. Just have to pull off that. Nice! Good maneuver there. Okay, and the thing actually hasn't started here, so it hasn't actually progressed. The gimmick this one hasn't actually kicked off yet. So, yay! We're on the last screen. You can see the little white circle icon there at the top there. We'll be at the bottom of this area, of course. We'll have one in the next area, the final area, area 8, because I say I had one on area 6, and I said I was going in such a pattern that I ended up working out, such that I never had two bosses and consecutive areas. So, yay. But anyway, yeah, the gimmick here hasn't actually started. Good. Once we move further on the right-hand side, you'll start to see, well, maybe you won't, because I'll dive like ridiculously early on before really being able to actually discern anything that's actually happening. But yeah, these spikes are... That's awful! Why did I not jump off there instead of walking off that ledge? That was pathetic there. Yeah, anyway, wow, the spikes here all start just fading away, so they will still be here. So in fact, I guess I could just maybe show that off. It's going to be a bit boring to see, but I want to actually kind of get to a point now where the spikes completely disappear. Because in fact, if the spikes weren't here, this would be child's play. Just hang around here for ages, wait. In fact, obviously, we know there's a spike in this pit, so I'll just hang around here until the spikes disappear, I think completely from view. And then show off, that the spikes are still there. So this isn't, unfortunately, just hang around long enough and all the spikes actually disappear completely, but to trivialise the section. So yeah, we do need to make our way fairly quickly through this screen. Although of course, if you do remember where all the spikes are, not a necessity. So yeah, and again, it's not like it's necessary maybe ridiculously tricky needle, but yeah, all things equal, get through as quick as you can without taking liberties, because obviously having spikes on screen so you can see where they are is going to be easier than if they're not there. I don't like that manoeuvre. And I don't like that manoeuvre either. Blair. Yeah, this is actually, funnily enough, I mean, there aren't any traps per se, or like flying triggers or anything, but I actually think this screen is one of the more difficult ones in the area, which again I can't necessarily complain about with it being the last screen. But actually, and again, for the most part, leave aside the fact that these spikes are slowly sort of disappearing from view, there are a few tricky manoeuvres here that are yeah, quite problematic. That one there probably being the most difficult one. The gate jump you have to pull off there, having had to pull off another manoeuvre to get up to it with 3 spikes on the floor, or sorry, 2 spikes on the floor and then a gate jump. yeah, that manoeuvre there is kind of tricky. And of course, again, it's right at the end, so I'm not going to say the last thing you have to do, because you still have to make one platform jump with, again, a setup that I don't like. Horizontal spikes sticking out from the edges of both those from that ledge, which is could well cause me problems. But it's the jump before it that I actually find really tricky. If it were a gate jump into another, if it were actually like a gate jump into a gate jump, funnily enough, that might even be easier. But in some ways, not having a first gate jump to get through, I almost kind of feel like I don't like that manoeuvre there. Having to do a sort of like a little fall just to the left of that spike on the floor, and then a tiny hop over the spike. Again, anything with tiny hops, never that good at. Anyway, back to my point. Not having another spike there to signify a second gate jump, it almost sort of makes it more difficult or more awkward, such that I can't. No, oh my god. Yeah, like I said, I think I might have cleared that jump first 3 times, and then having sort of said that it was actually quite tricky, you might be thinking, well, you've cleared that 3 times in a row now. Why do you think that's tricky? I've now died to it, I think, 3 times in a row. So, yay. Having the second gate jump there almost kind of acts as a kind of a guide. Not having that an additional spike there as a guide, just funnily enough makes pulling off the one gate jump there a little bit tricky. I wouldn't swear by that, and I'm not necessarily saying but I feel like not having a. Oh, okay, we did it. We pulled it off. Nice. Didn't take too long, but in some ways I feel like not having a second gate jump there to work through just means I haven't got as much to work with, because one of those things tend to be sort of set up such that if you pull off one, you're almost perfectly set up with like for instance a 4 jump to make it through the second one, just because they pretty much have to be set up like that, or they'd be really way too overly difficult. So I don't know, I could be completely rambling here, but funnily enough, not having another gate jump to work off of there somehow makes that a little bit, even possibly a little more tricky for me. I don't know, I could be talking complete nonsense. Who cares? We're done with that area. Didn't take too long, because we're coming up with, we'd be under half an hour for this video, including obviously a sign-off. Yeah, I like that area. I wouldn't necessarily say like those types of areas, just generally the tricks and the traps ones are my favourite. Compared to other ones, I'm much more about kind of like gimmick stuff, less so needle, but I don't mind a good trap every now and then, but the screen, obviously areas that are just kind of filled with them. And obviously that took considerably less time than it did first time round, where I was pretty much getting screwed over by every laser that was coming. Every spike trigger, of course, when you don't know it's there. So yeah, considerably easier and more fun than it was the first time round. But as I say, I still enjoyed that area first time I played it. It didn't feel anywhere near as frustrating as the Thutan Mao area for whatever reason. Maybe because the Thutan Mao area, given it's still got the traps and the trolls in it, feels like it's more difficult. It's actually needle, whereas this one doesn't feel needle per se. It feels much more open area. Yes, you've got a few, you've got gate jumps and a few tricky jumps to pull off, but it doesn't really feel like as needly as the Thutan Mao area, if that makes any sense. Anyway, yay, we have 7 areas done, and 1 to go, bottom middle. But I'll be saving that for next time. We will have a boss to come at the end of that area as well. So yay. Although I'll say right now, it is easily the best boss of the 4 in this initial select your area from the 8 stages. Easily the best one. But anyway, for getting ahead of myself, we'll discuss the boss and indeed the stage next time. So yay. Hope to see you for that. But until then, cheerio.